First ever. Jarrett.
Well, a 15.7 stop down here for the crew of Bobby Labonte. Another great stop. Peter Jennings raised the track bar down 1/4 of a turn, and they put 4 tires on it. They're hoping that track bar adjustment will get that car handling the way they need it. Bill Stevens?
Steve Park had a track bar adjustment. They dropped it 1 turn. They took 1 rubber out of the right rear. Hopefully that'll correct the problem with that car in traffic. It has a tight condition. Matt Kenseth, 2 tire stop, no adjustments.
Yeah, there were several cars that really advanced up through the field there on that stop. I noticed that Junior really was way back when he came back out.
Rusty Wallace took on 2 tires. Dale Jarrett took on 2 tires. I think DJ came out first. We'll see when it's all settled down here.
Playing for track position in Texas. CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 is sponsored by Goodyear, #1 in tires, Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right, and by True Value. We get you in and out with just what you need so you can get back to this thing called your life.
Welcome back to Texas. 148 laps complete. We've had 2 lead changes under caution. Michael Waltrip led a lap, and as Ned theorized, the first car out of the pits was Dale Jarrett. He is the 14th different leader today. He leads Rusty Wallace, Matt Kenseth, Terry Labonte, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who led the race when the caution came out of the pits in 5th place. Well, Texas Motor Speedway is not 1 but 2 racetracks. They opened the second one up Thursday night. Big crowd on hand, a lot of dirt slinging, a lot of passing, a lot of great racing, and Ken Squire is with the fellow who won the big Friday night feature.
Indeed, they have brought back American sprint car racing here at Texas and soon to be at Bristol and Charlotte, North Carolina. And the king of the outlaws, Danny Lasowski, is here. Danny, how soon are we going to see you in one of these things?
Well, that'd be a great deal for us to do that. But right now, I'm real happy with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Coming to places like Texas Motor Speedway, Charlotte, Bristol. I'm just excited about being here.
Well, you had a sellout crowd, magnificent crowd to watch you win on Friday night. And take a little look at it right here for a moment.
Oh, yeah, there we are, smoking a tire, coming off 4, I think, for the checkered. It was a great day to be here, and here we are in Victory Lane. I'll tell you what, I was happiest day for a long time, be here. First inaugural winner here at Texas Motor Speedway, and we're excited about coming back.
Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing these sprint cars a lot more. It's a great addition to this track and a lot of other tracks.
Thanks for having us.
All right, let's go to Dick for just a moment.
Dale Jarrett took just 2 tires on that last pit stop. That's how come he is in the lead. He had a quicker pit stop than almost anybody else. Earnhardt Jr. and his crew were going to take 2. They changed their minds at the absolute minute. Indeed, he was here on pit road when they changed their mind to go to 4 tires instead of 2. We are going to see some people try 2 later. It is a good strategy. It may well win this race. To Bill.
Well, we talked a minute ago about Steve Park's crew taking some rubber out of the right rear spring. This is what they look like. That's a spring rubber. That's half of one right there. A whole one would look like a donut. Now, you're familiar with what a coil spring looks like. These go in between the coils, and the crews can adjust the spring rate, the travel of the suspension with this rubber. Now, they had a tight condition in that car, so they took out half this rubber. That will allow the right rear of the car to compress a little bit more in the turns. They think it'll help the car to steer better.
Thanks, Bill. Long pit stop for Sterling Marlin, and Dick Trickle has taken his Joe Bessie-owned car to the garage area. Well, we started off with this fellow at lap 18 getting into Scott Pruitt. That was the first of 5 incidents this afternoon. Let's show you if you joined us late. There's Park and leader Scott Pruitt, or who had been the leader, had just been passed for the lead, and Pruitt ended up in the fence, but he's made repairs, and Pruitt continues 14 laps down. Stacy Compton in turn 2. Took a hard bounce off the wall. He's made repairs. He's 53 laps back. Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, along with Johnny Benson. Elliott's car climbs up on Gordon. And then Johnny Benson getting a little loose there after contact with John Andretti. Both of those cars heavily damaged. Benson has climbed out of his. 5 big crashes at 150 laps, and here's Bill Elliott. He said he was going to go out and ride around a bit. Well, all that hammering has come to good. They fitted a new radiator inside his Ford, and Elliott is back on track. Ralph? Oh, sorry. Excuse me, Ned.
He knows he has no chance to win the race, but he's out there running laps to try to gain points. Of course, he has to gain position before he can gain points. Now let's go to Ralph.
Thank you, Ned. I was just checking down here with Brad Parrott, who's a tire specialist for Dale Jarrett. I said, what is those 2 tire stop going to do for you? Didn't take him long to give me the answer. Went right to his notebook here, this white notebook right here, turned to last year's race here, showed me that exactly at lap 146, Mike, they did this very same thing last year and got 63 laps as we go back to green.
Ward Burton in the 22 trying to get back on the lead lap against Dale Jarrett. Rusty Wallace battling. That's for the lead.
Yeah, Rusty Wallace pulls even as they come off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Looks like the 2-car has the advantage right now.
DJ doesn't like that outside.
Look, you see everybody fighting for that bottom groove coming off turn 4.
Third place there, number 17, Matt Kenseth. What a great job. Rookie in this division, running in third place at this racetrack. That's an accomplishment. He's really doing well.
Now, Ward Burton won't stay out there too. Well, he will if he can do it comfortably as DJ tries to go back on the inside of Rusty Wallace. But Ward Burton knows that there's a good chance that could be a caution on these restarts because the car's running so close together. So he's going to stay out there for several laps. But if he gets to hold him up.
They're banging in the back there.
Okay, that's
Mike Gross,
that's
one of the starters. Excuse me, spotters, one of the spotters. He spots for Ward Burton.
That's exactly what he was talking about. They're beating and banging back there, and that could cause a caution. And, of course, they'd be back on the lead lap. He is technically on the lead lap right now.
Now, Mike's from Long Island, and you've heard Ward. Ward's from Virginia.
How do they communicate?
Pretty well, it seems.
It seems that way, yes.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. just made a pass on Bobby Labonte as they come down the front straightaway. Ricky Rudd there. He's already a lap down right now, but I will tell you one thing. These guys are going at it.
Earnhardt Jr. moves up to 4th. And the fella ahead of him now is the man he's battling for Rookie of the Year honors, Matt Kenseth. Earnhardt Jr. has led 3 races this year, all on 1.5-mile racetracks. Las Vegas, Atlanta, and here at Texas.
He's just very, very aggressive, and this racetrack applies itself well to guys that run the corners extremely hard. Earnhardt Jr. on a mission right now.
Dale Jarrett is your 14th leader of this race. There's Earnhardt. Oh, skating a bit.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, he better not be any more aggressive than that right there. That was almost a caution.
Caution is out. Caution is out, and Ward Burton's going to race back to the flag. That strategy they played there is going to work.
Dale Jarrett lifts out of the throttle. Here comes Chad Little back to the flag, trying to get back on the lead lap. And Jarrett could be in trouble because Rusty Wallace has just gone by.
Well, he slowed down to let his teammate Ricky Rudd get back on the lead lap. And Rusty took advantage of that situation. Now, normally they don't race back to the flag, and Rusty might even fall back behind DJ, although he did get to the start-finish line first.
The caution was not for Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was for debris on the racetrack. And it is the 6th caution of the day coming at lap 156. There was debris up in turn 3. Some of that beating banging, no doubt. So at 156 laps, we're closing in on halfway in the DirecTV 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Rusty Wallace and Dale Jarrett up front. Tonight on 60 Minutes, meet the young beauty who grew up to become a queen and the troubled teenager who became a guitar god. Queen Raina of Jordan and Eric Clapton. Tonight on 60 Minutes. The Bud 1 airship, 1,000 feet above Texas Motor Speedway, is proud to be here today, supplying you with these spectacular aerial views. Budweiser's the official beer of NASCAR. Well, Dale Jarrett slowed up coming to the caution flag to allow his Robert Yates Racing teammate Ricky Rudd to get back on the lead lap. And so let's go down to Jarrett's pit. Here's Ralph.
Todd Parrott is the crew chief for Dale Jarrett, and your driver slowed down a little bit to help out his teammate, but you sounded like you weren't a little happy about that. How come?
Well, we'd look real funny if we got hit from behind. You know, one of them guys didn't know he was going to slow down. You know, the 28 car got his one help for the day. Now they got to get his car right.
That's it, Mike. You know, sometimes when you try to help out your teammate, it can be very dangerous. And when you're leading, Dick, well, you don't want to take any chances.
You don't. Tony Uri and his team have taken no chances at all today. That car looks like it's on a rail. What's this kid got to do to win this thing, Tony?
Well, that's exactly what our driver said. He said this thing's on a rail when he ran off from Bobby there, but we was trying to get him to save it a little bit. The car's extremely good. That Budweiser Chevy's been running like that for 4 or 5 weeks now. We just had 3 bad weeks and got behind these points. So we got to finish this race, get us the top 10, get them points back.
And we're at green flag.